Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out my update on the 2003 Honda Accord. So I didn't intend on making a mileage update right now, but I'll show you why here in a second. So here's how we're doing on the mileage. There we go. Just over 850,000 right now. Alright, so unfortunately, we had a little problem a few weeks ago here. Had a bit of an accident. So, damage confined to the front bumper here, the front right fender, and got a little bit of the door there as well. This rim was on the front before. It popped the tire. You see some curb rash around the outside of the wheel there. These wheels aren't even that old and they're already not available, so I'm just gonna paint over where the wheels scratched and live with that. Alright, so I have a new front bumper here. I'm gonna unpack and gotta put it out in the sun to open it up and let it reform to its original form. Got some new headlights here. That wasn't damaged in the accident, but they're looking kind of crappy, so you gotta pull off front bumper anyway to replace these on this car. So I figured go ahead and throw those on. Got a new fender here, and then opted for a used door rather than just repairing the one I've got. It's not that bad, but I figured I'd just get one off a salvage car. So this one came off of eBay. I believe it was I-80 Auto Parts. They were really good with communication and shipping. You see they built this framework for it and included those seat pads there for padding. So some pluses and minuses with this, but you know, this has the other door panel. I'll switch out because mine, where this one has the silver here, mine's got the carbon fiber look to it. But at least I will have another switch if I need it, as well as a door lock actuator, because my door lock actuator is actually bad right now. So, you know, that's some positives of getting that replaced. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on this and start getting the car ripped apart. I'll come back and you know, shoot a little update as I have everything all apart, and then hopefully we'll have the car restored to its former glory here in a few hours and get it all back to normal, and I'll give you an update there at the end. So, all right, we'll see you soon. All right, first update. Got the bumper cover unpacked. I wanted to mention that the bumper cover and both that and the fender come from eBay as well, from MBI Auto, and I've bought several bumper covers from them over the years for different vehicles, and you can get them like this where they're painted. They'll ship them. So a couple years ago they started shipping them folded up for space saving purposes for transit. It's called the economy shipping, so they'll fold the ends up to where it's more flat, and so there's a paper in there when you unpack it that tells you to set this out in the sun for a few hours or use a heat gun. So what I've got here is, it's actually a paint roller extension pole, which is adjustable. Works perfect for these things because I can, you know, set exactly where I want it, and so now I've got some bracing in there to keep the form that I want. So I'll let this sit out here in the sun, let it heat up for a while, and then it should retain its shape. I'll unpack the fender pretty soon. But yeah, once again, MBI Auto, they've been great. We had one bumper cover one time that had a hair in the paint, and I took a picture, sent them a message, and they sent me a whole new bumper cover painted free of charge. So they've been really great with customer service. So they're definitely my go-to for when I have stuff like this. You can get, you know, all kinds of painted parts from them, you know, for various different cars. So it's a good source if you have a little minor fender bender or bumpers or things like that need replaced. All right, another progress check. Got the front bumper cover off, so it's laying up here. I'll have to transfer over the little plastic, black plastic vents, and then the grill material here just unbolts right there. So, and then the regular part of the grill, the upper emblem part. So I'll put that on the new one. Got the headlight out over here. These are pretty easy to do as well. Just have the lights to disconnect, to, you know, pop out of the sockets from the inside there for turn signal. You got your low beam and high beam. So all the wiring's right there. So these are pretty simple on this car. You've got a bolt right up here, And then there's a bracket that mounts in right there. And over here, one final one right there. So here's what the headlight looks like when it comes out. It's got the little framework on the bottom of it. So that's that side bolt there. I'll have to unbolt this to get the frame of it off, and I'll get that put on the new lenses. These aren't bad. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just they're, you know, need refinish. I did them not too long ago. So I got the JDM headlights with the clear side marker reflector right here. I like the look of that better. I think they were only like $110 for a set, so I opted to go ahead and buy brand new ones since I got the whole front end apart anyway. Something else I'll be doing today, my cold air intake. Gonna clean the filter for that, and then I also have some heat wrap for it, some heat wrap tape, insulating tape, so I'm gonna put that on there as well. There's another YouTuber, Texas Honda Channel. He did the same thing with his intake, and he used a computer scanner, and he ended up getting about 30 degrees Fahrenheit drop in intake air temperature just from doing the thermal heat wrap. Design engineering, it's gold heat tape, which I'm not crazy about the gold, but anyhow, if it's functional, that's what counts for this situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that today while I've got the car apart. I'm just gonna disconnect up here and pull the whole thing out and wrap that as well. So, all right, so there's progress check for now. Now it's all apart. I think in the last segment I forgot to include, as far as the headlights go, you can see there's this upper mount here, attaches right up here, so I think I forgot to point that one out for the headlights. But I got the front off, got the fender off, door, so it's a mess right now. So one thing I'm going to lose from this door to the new ones, I don't have any more of the sound matting. I can transfer over this foam here, but you can probably see behind here this Noiko sound matting. I had attached that to this door. I don't have any more because I did both the 2001 6th gen and then also this one with the sound matting I had. So yeah, I'll lose that. But I knew the door would take the longest. I'm switching the window over because my window was tinted. The new door doesn't have a tinted window, so it's just quicker to switch the window over. You know, door panel, like I said earlier, I'll get the I'll use the door lock actuator that's on the new door. Should be fine. I've got a spare one over on the workbench just in case, because I had ordered one for my other door before I got in the wreck. So getting ready to start putting it back together. So nothing too cosmic or too difficult so far, but I knew the door would take me a while. So I'm gonna go back and bolt the door on, and then the fender, just kind of work forward. So door, fender, and then the headlights and the front bumper. So not going too badly. Yep, finally got it finished, all buttoned up now. So something else I did was worked on my air intake, put that gold tape on there, supposed to reduce the intake air temp, and then my brace right here had cracked, and so I took an L bracket and got that fastened together, so it's a lot more stable now than what it was. Alright, so here it is, finished product. Got the new lights, new front bumper. New front fender. The thing I'm most disappointed with is the door. I mean, it's very obvious here in the garage, even in the light in the garage, you can tell that it's just not even close to the same color. I didn't realize it was a repaint, or else I probably would have passed on it. That, and then you can see a big gap there between the fender and the door. So last night as I was messing with it, ran into all kinds of problems with the door, and I knew that was going to be the hard part, but ended up having to basically change the whole guts of the door out. I was assuming that the other door here would have decent door lock actuator and window regulator. Door lock actuator was bad, so I swapped that out, and then I couldn't get the window to consistently work, and I thought it was the regulator and the motor, so I took that out of my original door since I knew that was working, put that in here. Well, then found out it was a wiring issue. The door here had a short in it in the wiring, so I ended up having to pull all the wiring out of the door and then pull all the wiring out of the other door and swap it to this one. So as I was trying to decide ultimately what I was going to do, yeah, I got this one back together, so the guts are all good of this one now. It just doesn't look right for the color. So I think ultimately I'm probably just going to take this to a body shop and just have them repaint the door to match the car, and then they can readjust that crack there, readjust the door to make the spacing better on that. And then this mirror's got some peeling on it too, so probably just have them repaint the mirror and the door. So overall, I mean, not too bad. I knew the door would give me problems, like I said, but the front of it all went together well, and glad to have nice headlights on here again. So back to looking good. The old front bumper had cracks. You may remember down below here where I'd hit stuff on the road. So new bumper looks a whole lot better now. So yeah, so we'll see. But you know, I'll probably end up having the door redone because I just don't like how it looks. But other than that, everything's good. So all right, thanks a lot. Have a good day.